This is Jeep's new luxury 3-row designed to compete with 6-figure SUVs. This is the Series 3 model, over $100,000. The Wagoneer still has a body frame construction from the Ram 1500, but a different suspension in the back. Let's take a quick look up front here. So you're going to find LED daytime running lights, LED headlights, super bling up front with this grille and Wagoneer written across the front. I think this is really wild and cool. You even get tow hooks and LED fog lights down there, and you can see you've got the sensor and then you've got sensors here. Just a massive, bold front end. They give you the LED blinker, and it even says Jeep Performance LED on the side. I can't wait to show you a night review, so be sure to subscribe for that. But it also comes with 22-inch wheels, and this is such a big vehicle. Just like the Grand Cherokee L, you've got Grand Wagoneer written on the side with the American flag. We've got that Jeep Pride. And this is just such a big, boxy vehicle overall. It's about 215 inches long, and it can give you up to about 10 inches of ground clearance thanks to its quadrilift air suspension. And right now it's actually in its lifted mode. The detail does not run short. You've still got detail up on those roof rails as well. And a really interesting rear end design with the solid line running across in a very upright box rear end. Take a look at these progressive turn signals too. Those are pretty cool. LED taillights as well. Grand Wagoneer written across there. We've got a camera there as well. And check out this rear bumper. Now, taking a look at the cargo area, one thing I wish is that we had pop-up glass right there, but at least for this camera, you've got a camera washer. Same with this camera, but I just swiped my foot. We've got a foot activated lift gate, and this is just such a classy looking rear end. This is actually a pretty area, but the vehicle is in its lifted mode right now. You've got about 27 cubic feet behind the third row, and this little cargo cover. You can see the speaker. You've got a couple of hooks for grocery bags, cargo nets, whatever it may be, and some tie downs. Plus you've got a 12-volt power and power folding seats. Under here's just a little bit more storage, and you get a full-size spare tire under the vehicle. And with those power folding seats behind the second row, you're going to get a massive 71 cubic feet, and you've got power folding second row seats as well. The only thing is that armrest just kind of sticks out in the middle, but you've got 94 cubic feet for this massive cargo space. The Grand Wagoneer is going to give you this large key fob remote start. You can open it up and even lower down the air suspension. So hit that twice and then watch it lower down. And I had it in the upper position, so it's taken a while to lower down, but it's coming down to its entry exit height. And then check it out. You've got sensors here to lock it, or the sensor here to unlock it. And then you've got these power folding running boards, which actually come down really low. I mean, it's barely above the ground, especially when you have it in its lowest position. But all the controls are on the door here for you. The headrest, the body controls, I mean, there's just so many different controls on here. There's a total of 24 controls. You've got a massage function, you've got memory settings, you've got this wood trim, nice material up there, nice material on the armrest, and even nice material down low. So this is truly treading with luxury vehicles. And you've got the premium leather on here. The leather is going to vary between Palermo leather or Nappa leather, depending on which Wagoneer, Grand Wagoneer you get. But you've got so many controls, nice pattern on here. The Series 3, to let everybody know you've got the expensive Grand Wagoneer. I love this 2-spoke steering wheel as well. It's got this wood trim inside, and then this is retro Grand Wagoneer with this spoke of steering wheel. I've also got a grab handle here, grab handle over there, and this steering wheel is going to be heated, of course. The second row is no joke either. You still get this fold down running boards, all the same soft materials and wood trim. Plus you've got this sunshade for your passengers. You've got grab handles to get in, the same nice soft leather seats. You even got your rear seat entertainment system with so much that you can do on here on each side. Plus, look at this display. You've got ventilated seats, heated seats back here, your own climate controls. It's just a really nice place to be. Plus, you got 4 USB charging ports, a 3-prong outlet, and a 12-volt power outlet. Plus the air conditioning vents right there, real wood trim, air conditioning vents over here, and even nice like suede headliner action in here, even on this pillar back here. I of course have good leg room, good knee space, and these seats can recline forward and backwards or scoot forward and backwards, but they can also recline way back. So you can literally treat this as a luxury rear seat to lounge out, get some work done, whatever you need to do. The second row is so set. You've got this sliding dash, you've got a couple more USB ports, a mini storage area right here, and some cup holders. And this is actually some soft armrest material here too. Getting into the third row, you just gotta push a button and then this will slide forward and it gives you good space to get in and out right here. And this is technically a 3-passenger version back here. And even just with the center console right there, I've got good knee space and good foot space. Back here, you get a nice soft armrest, cup holder, charging ports as well. Plus you've got your own little private air conditioning vents. And of course, I can sit up tall, no problems whatsoever. This is a true 3-row passenger SUV. But wait, there's more. You get your own open fixed glass roof right here. So you can slide that open and then you've got that double pane roof, panoramic roof up there. Now climbing inside this Grand Wagoneer, you're gonna find a Jeep interior like nothing you have ever seen. It is just luxury at its finest for an American brand, I've gotta say. Now, not only do you have this interesting leather wrapped nice steering wheel, you've got this real wood trim, soft leather all around, wood trim running all across there, Napa and Palermo leather instrument panel in this real wood grain. Plus, like I said, the simulated suede up overhead and on the pillars. But right in front, Jeep's gonna give us a 12.3-inch all digital display. There's a whole bunch of information that you can see on here and scroll through, and it's very clear, takes up the entire screen, just a bunch of information, but a similar layout to other Jeep and Ram products. Plus you've got night vision, which I showed you in my Grand Cherokee L video. Be sure to check that out. Jeep also gives us a head-up display. Sorry, I can't zoom in any further, but you've got a large head-up display straight overhead. Then coming over here is where things really get interesting. So this isn't a super massive display. You still have a large 12-inch screen. It just doesn't look quite as big because it's well integrated and it's got the black around it, but it's very similar to what some other Uconnect systems are in terms of usability. It's easy to get around. It's got shortcuts down here. It is touchscreen right here, but for your seats, I like how you have actual dedicated buttons for those, including your steering wheel, so you don't have to dig into all of this. One funny thing though is that this volume knob just seems to be really small. Same with the tuning knob. I guess they don't want to take away from that, but I'll cover that and dive in more detail later on. Climate controls right here. I love how these are all physical buttons. You don't have to search around and find those. And then look at all of these charging ports, 12-volt power outlet, even an HDMI port, and I'll show you what that's for. All these USB ports here as well. And this is gonna have wireless CarPlay and wireless Android Auto with their banging 23-speaker Macintosh audio system. This is a little storage area. You've got a wireless charging mat, but watch this. Push that button, and then boom, a screen appears. So you've got a big screen there, big screen there, big screen there, big screens in the back seat, like 3 big screens in the back seat. And then you've got more controls on here. So you can get rid of this anytime you want to. You've got more controls. This has its own parking assist system to automatically park for you. Here's the shifter. Quadrilift air suspension, you can move the vehicle up and down a few different inches. Drive modes, 4-wheel drive control. Then you've got a little storage area, good place for a key right there, and some bottle holders. But check this out. This is just like in the back seat. Slide it back, you've got a USB port, a little storage mat there, soft armrest for you and your passenger. Lift this up, and this is actually a refrigerated center console. You push this button, and it is no joke cold in here. I mean, there's literally condensation on there. The key was in here, and it was insane just how cold it actually got. But then check it out, the passenger side even has its own screen. You can turn this on from the center console, music, HDMI port for them. They've got their own little entertainment screen with their own controls. This is pretty cool. And of course you can have this turned off. Jeep also is gonna give you this digital rearview mirror, just like we've seen in some other vehicles. That is always nice. Overhead, we've got LED lighting, and we've got this massive panoramic roof. And I showed you that third roof back there. So you've got a roof for you, for the backseat passengers, and then the third roof back there. That is definitely luxury territory. Of course, just like the Grand Cherokee L, you still get Jeep's fam cam, so you can literally see a camera for the back seat and zoom in on any seat that you want to keep an eye on your kids. But Jeep also gives you ambient lighting customization, and it even has this thing called relax mode where it's gonna sync all of these screens and play this nice calming music so that it's just a very peaceful and relaxing environment. And don't forget, like I said, you've got massaging seats in here. This is wonderful. And it actually feels like a pretty decent massage too. Now under the hood, Jeep is not messing around. We get their 6.4 liter V8 engine. That's a big V8. Now this 6.4 liter V8 is going to give you 471 horsepower and 455 pound-feet of torque paired with their 8-speed automatic, and it comes in rear-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive. Efficiency is pretty terrible at a max of 18 on the highway, but really who cares with this Grand Wagoneer? And then it can tow about 9,850 pounds. All right, y'all, let's get behind the wheel in this Grand Wagoneer. So this is my first time driving it, the very first little bit. So these are first impressions. Hopefully I can get one for a full review and give you more details, you know, on my roads, decibel ratings and all that. But right off the bat, first impression is that this thing is quiet, it feels solid, and you hear that V8 as soon as you start it up. Now, first acceleration here. You have a wonderful sounding V8. There's no getting around that. I love the V8 in here, 6.4 liter. Not only does it sound good, but it's just very smooth. It's just a refined V8 engine. And even though you've got a ton of screens in here, you can have them be minimal and not that distracting. So you've got just your basic speedometer on here if you want that. You can calm that screen down if you want to. We've got a nice commanding view of the road, and I love the way the steering wheel feels. You still have this open spoke down at the bottom. It's heated. This has all the driver assist features, and you'll get the autonomous driving at some point in the future. So you got radar cruise control, the lane system. You got blind spot in here, and even though this is a big vehicle, it doesn't feel that difficult to drive. You know, if you're used to smaller vehicles, this should be just fine. And I am just in automatic mode right now. Just a quick pedal down. And that was pretty quick to respond. Obviously, this is a super heavy vehicle, over 6,000 pounds, I believe. So the horsepower is not going to be quite what it appears on paper. It's not going to feel like super fast, but it's very quick and just punchy with this V8. Ride comfort in here is also very good. This has a body on frame construction like Ram 1500, but you've got a different suspension setup in the back. It is not a solid rear axle. It's an independent suspension, and that's going to bode well for ride comfort. The Ram has good ride comfort, but this, even with these massive 22-inch wheels, still feels fairly compliant. The handling and steering on here also seems okay. It's not quite as dialed in as some, and it's a bigger vehicle. It's a little bit more relaxed. It's more luxury feeling than performance feeling, obviously, and that's what Jeep wanted to go for. And going over some of the bumps right there, it did very well. It's comfortable. Now, it's easy to just say a lot of positive things about something on first impressions, and that's exactly what this is. I can't wait to get a hold of one a little bit more later on. Now, I just put it in sport mode. And it's holding the RPMs right now. It was quick to respond. You've got the sound of that V8, and I have the massaging function on, and that feels nice as well. You can control that on the screen. You still have some physical shortcuts and quick shortcuts, so you don't have to dig around in that screen too much. Still sport mode. So you've got the power of a full-size luxury vehicle. You've got the features of a full-size luxury vehicle. You have the materials of a full-size luxury vehicle. You've got the ride height that can adjust depending on your speed and getting in and out of the vehicle. The seats are very customizable, adjustable. There's just so much to like about this Jeep Grand Wagoneer, and it's just more than I would have ever expected from Jeep. And this is seriously a competitor with those six-figure luxury SUVs. But let's go ahead and wrap things up. Hopefully I can get one for a full review and do more details, a night review, things like that. But thank you all so much for tuning in, and have a great day.